Well, what's up, YouTube? What you guys doing, man? It is Monday evening over here in Cambodia. And just in case you guys don't know, which you probably don't, most people don't, it is the start of Chinese New Year. It's a big celebration over here. I don't know why. This is Cambodia. It's not China. I don't know why they give a shit about Chinese New Year, but they do. All the Asian countries have their own New Year's. Okay? They have a Khmer New Year, Cambodian New Year. They have a Thai New Year, a Vietnamese New Year, obviously the Chinese New Year. And it's never just like an American, U.S., Western style New Year thing. Okay, it's not like a New Year's Eve. You have New Year's Day. Whatever. It is a week of businesses closing. Can't make any money when your business is closed. Okay. And drinking. Okay? Drinking. That's what they want to do for the whole week, drinking. Okay? They don't put their children in school. They load up the buses. They take them to the province, to their what they call their homeland, where they can drink and drink and drink and drink and drink. They don't really have any hobbies over here. There is no hobbies. That's one of the sucky things about living in a third world country is you either better come with your own hobbies, okay? Start up some new ones or be prepared to travel. Okay. One of the hobbies that I had when I was in the USA is I'm a very good mechanic on the older cars, the muscle cars, right? The new ones with all the computerized stuff, got to take it to the shop. I don't know anything about that. Okay. The older muscle cars, I can disassemble them correctly. You put them back together, restored correctly. Okay? Every screw I take out goes in a certain Ziploc baggie with the name where it came from. I separate things in a very professional way. Okay? I can rebuild the engines. Transmissions, standard transmissions, most of the time they don't need anything done to them. Maybe a clutch put in, I can do that. Automatic transmissions, I pull them out, put them in the back of the truck, and I would take them to a shop because I've tried rebuilding automatic transmissions and this has never really worked too well, especially in high-performance vehicles. And then the Harley thing, okay? I can take apart older Harleys up to, I'm going to say 1998, okay? Somewhere's around, maybe 2000, somewhere's around there. They started getting all this computerized crap, the fuel injection. I know about carburetors and everything. I have bought many basket cases Harleys, restored them. I am also very good at automotive painting. Okay. Taught myself, or I had a friend of mine had a really nice auto body shop, and I would go work for him on Saturdays and Sundays sometimes for free. Help him out, and I got to learn how to really properly paint a car, okay, or a motorcycle. So I can do those kinds of things. That was my hobby in the USA. I like to buy old muscle cars and older Harley Davidsons and restore them. Fun for me. Got to ride them around for a while, drive them around in some really cool cars, and maybe a month or two, and then I'd sell them and make some money and go find something else, right? That was kind of my hobby there. I'm not a fisherman or hunterman. I don't hunt and fish. I don't do the sports thing. I don't give a fuck about football or baseball or hockey or anything. I don't care about none of that stuff. I have no interest in it. Okay. So, anyways, like I said, nobody over here really has any hobbies other than drinking beer. Okay, so that's one of the things when you live in a third world country, it's one of those things. So, I talked about it on my short that I made this morning. I made 3 shorts for each one of my channels. I finished my resume, and I finished my cover sheet. Okay, 2 pages. Spent a lot of time on them. In my opinion, okay, and I have seen a lot of resumes and cover sheets in my life, okay? I've seen a lot, okay? In my opinion, top grade. Who's not going to say their own work is good? But anyways, I think they're all professionally Done. I used bold print where it's needed. I used regular print where it was needed. The cover sheet, you had to do it. Took me about 6-7 hours to do one cover sheet. Okay, because I'm applying to be an English and math teacher at some very prestigious international schools. Okay, all of your margins on the left when you're sucking a book, all your letters need to start half correctly. On the right hand side of the book, the words can end wherever they end, right? I mean, obviously they don't want to go off the page, but on the left, all of your letters need to have the same starting point. Okay, all my spacings between my paragraphs, I had 3 paragraphs on my cover sheet. All my paragraphs needed to have the correct spacing in between. Okay. I had my name in big bold print on the top, and then my phone number, my email address, all the information on the top. The only thing that I haven't put is I left a place for me to put the date, because whatever date I bring the resume, I will just bring it up on the computer and I will just change the date. Right, the date needs to be correct. It's one of those things. Okay. I know I've taken classes. There is classes you can take online for free about writing resumes. Already got a certificate from it. One of the things people make mistakes is they try to decorate their resume with hearts and elephants or penguins or whatever the fuck they're into. Okay, keep it simple. Okay, I do have colors on there. I have 3 colors. Obviously, the paper is white. The ink is black, but I have gray borders. On the side on my cover letter, and on the top above my name on the header, I have like a gray bar going across. And it's not just a coincidence that I chose gray. It is gray. I looked it up. Okay, gray is the best neutral color to use on resumes. It's not flashy. Okay. It doesn't take people's eyes off of what they need to be looking at, which is your information. Okay. So anyways, I finished those 2. Like I said, now I gotta start making a list of schools. The resume should include the name of the school, but a lot of the name of the schools over here I can't pronounce because they're in Khmer. And maybe I'm going to put in 20, 30 resumes. I don't know. I don't want to go change the name of the school that I'm applying to. I just put dear hiring manager, right? Just kind of left it open. Didn't say male or female or anything like that. And then, at the bottom, sincerely, I got to sign my name. I got to put my name. I'll put my name on it. I will put my name on it in blue ink. Okay, that is important. That is called a live signature. Okay, don't put it in black ink, because it's going to look like you just copied it off the internet or some shit. Okay. Anytime you sign something like that, you put it in blue ink. It's called live signature. Okay, just letting you guys know about that. Okay. So anyways, to get back to over here living in a third world country, most of the people here, I've seen their resumes, man. I've seen them. Oh my God. Okay. One single piece of paper, no cover sheet, got maybe 30 words on it, and they took a picture, like from a passport type picture, and they just glue it on the paper. Mine's not glued on. Okay. I know how to insert the picture into the resume by clicking it and dragging it over there and formatting it. Excuse me, I take my earpiece out. And formatting it to where it fits into the area correctly. Okay. I don't need to glue a picture on. It's got a picture of me. Most English schools over here want to see a picture of the person that's applying for the job, right? They don't want some freak with, pink hair or whatever it is. So I'll keep you guys updated on how it goes on my job search. Like I said, I want to teach part-time. Okay, I don't want to teach at elementary school level. I really don't even want to teach at a middle school level. I want to teach high school students, right? Preferably like 10th, 11th, 12th grade students, right? by that time, pretty much the baby shit is gone out of them. Okay, I hope. Okay, if it hasn't, if they're in 10th, 11th, or 12th grade and they're still acting like a baby, they're fucked. Okay, they're in trouble. Okay, so anyways, I'll keep you guys updated on that. Like I said, I want to do the part-time, so I still have, excuse me, morning time to do my gym, morning time to do my YouTube videos. I'm trying to find somebody to drive around Cambodia and take videos of different places here, so you don't just see the same thing, my ugly face, these poverty-stricken villages, and the same city, the same store, the same everything in Phnom Penh. I want you guys to see all of Cambodia. But even though Cambodia is a very small country, they don't have the best GPS here. Okay, so I would just have to kind of like drive around, and I don't speak any Khmer, and if I had a car problem, any kind of a situation come up, I can use Translate on my phone if I have an internet connection, and if I don't, I got some problems. So I might be the one doing that. I am trying to find a young lady, all right, to make these videos for me. She has a car. I'll pay her money to go drive around to other provinces. Obviously, I'll have to pay for her hotel, her food, her gas, and give her money for doing it, right? Nobody wants to do anything for free. So hopefully I will find somebody that is more attractive, better voice, and knows their way around, and she speaks. Well, I'll tell you about, okay, I have only chatted with her. I have not spoken with her in English, but her grammar in her chats is absolutely amazing. Okay? We have had some very intelligent conversations on chats. But like I said, I haven't heard her voice yet. If it's anything like her sentence structure, her grammar, and everything else on her chats, I've chosen the right person. Okay, but I'm going to meet with her this week so I can get some other videos. Okay, just a real quick note. I watched a couple videos here earlier about you dumb ass son of a bitches. People are paying $800 a month for electric bill. $1,000 a month for electric bill for a 12 or 1,400 square foot home. Jesus Christ Almighty, that's insane. What? That is insane. That's insane. Okay, to pay that much. Okay, I use the hell out of electric. I got 2 laptops. I'm not going to walk around, but you guys have seen I got 4 big screen TVs. Refrigerators, 2, one upstairs you see behind me over here for me, 1 big one downstairs, a deep freezer, 2 washing machines. You don't need a dryer over here. You just hang shit outside. It's so hot it dries fast. But anyways, I got a big machine for washing blankets and towels, and a smaller one for washing clothes. I got 5G. I use a lot of electricity, and my electric bill maybe, I don't know, $150, $160 a month. My wife was like, "Oh my God, it's so expensive," and I'm like, I show her online how much it is. So, anyways, why would you people want to live in a place that is so expensive? Especially if you're on a fixed income, okay? Especially if you're retired, or especially if you can work online, right? The people over here, most of them, not all, most of the people over here, okay, are very uneducated, okay? They don't know how to do a lot of things. They don't know how to, they're taxi drivers or delivery drivers or security guard stopping the traffic so he can back you out or some bullshit thing, okay? There's not a lot of skilled work over here, okay? They need people, okay? They need people. When I go to school, because I read Donald Trump's book, don't like the son of a bitch anymore, but he did have a good book, right? The Art of the Deal, okay? I read it I think I've read it twice, The Art of the Deal, okay? When I'm going into one of these schools, these expensive international schools, okay, I'm going to tell them I want part-time. Okay? If they say, okay, great. Okay? I understand I'm going to be on maybe 30, 60, maybe a 90-day tops probationary period, right? Where they're not going to pay you as much. I'm going to tell them that probationary period, okay? That probationary period is going to cost them $1,200 a month. Okay, and you think, oh my God, that's never over here, man. That is just unthinkable. Okay, if you want me full time, okay, if you want me full time, okay, after the probationary period is up, okay, when the probationary period starts, I want $2,000 a month. Okay, when the probationary period is finished, I want $3,000 a month. Okay, here again, you're going to say, oh my God, that's not over here. The average income is like $200, $250 a month. Okay, so $3,000 a month over here is just absolutely insane. Okay, you could live like a, I'm not going to say like a king because that's, everybody use it, but you can live a fat ass lifestyle over here with $3,000 a month. And I make a lot more than that other ways. I'm not going to speak about that, but I'm going to tell you what I'm telling the schools, okay? If they say we can't do that, I'm going to put out my hand, I'm going to shake their hand and say, thank you very much. Just keep my resume, man. You might need me one day. I'm going to tell them have a very nice day, okay? And I'm going to walk and I'm going to go, no, I'm going to walk. I'm going to drive to the next school and I'm going to tell them pretty much the same story, okay? I have a lot of education. I have a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience in life. And that shit cost me a lot of money, and they're not getting it for cheap. Okay? And they don't have the people over here that have the knowledge, the experience, the education that I have. Okay? They might have a few lawyers or something. I don't know, doctors. I'm sure they're well educated. But for 90% of the population over here, these motherfuckers can't. You can't ask them the most simple question in the world. Okay? They don't know. They don't know. They have no skill. They don't even know how to turn on a computer. They don't know. You say, do you know how to use Microsoft Word? And they're like, I don't know what that is. How do you not know what Microsoft Word is? Mentioning that. Okay? Finished my resume, all the rest of that. I signed up for a 1-year deal on Microsoft. I got the premium plan. I got 1 terabyte, I think 1 terabyte of storage, and every service that Microsoft offers. PowerPoint, all of them, everything. Okay, so I have that going for me. Plus, I know how to use Canva, and I know how to obviously to make resumes. They're going to see my resume, right? Something else to remember. 2 things to remember. First, please hit like and subscribe. And the second thing is to remember, when I go into these schools, I'm going to have probably the most professional resume they will ever see in their life, number 1. Number 2, I am going to be dressed to impress. Okay? I am going to wear a nice, beautiful shirt, a nice tie, slacks, and shoes. Okay? All right? You only get 1 chance for a first impression, especially in a job. Okay? They're going to look at me, and they're going to look at my resume. I told my wife and daughter they don't understand. I told them, I want something in their brain to come into their brain immediately. Wow. Wow. Okay? Once they have that wow factor in their brain, okay, now I got the power. Okay? So, like I said, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll even tell you, well, I'm not going to tell you how much I'm making at the school because I don't want the U.S. government to know, but I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to tell them I want. Okay? So, for you guys that want to stay in the USA, you dumbasses that want to stay over there and pay $800,000 a month for a fucking light bill. That's crazy. That's just insane. Go ahead, stay there, man. You stay there. Stay there. And let those cornrows, food stamp, EBT queens, whatever the hell they are, man, you just let them run that place, man. You get the hell out of there, man. You come on over here, man. Look it. I'm a 67-year-old foreigner, man, and I'm doing quite well over here. If I can do it, you guys can do it. All right. You guys have a nice one, man. Put my glasses back on.